Everybody has an equal opportunity now because of AI. And the crazy thing that's blowing my mind is that it's free. We are back on Uncut. Okay. I got a great show for you guys tonight. Things are going great with YouTube. I've been consistent. I am 10 videos in with the live streams on the Original Greatness main channel. And man, I got a whole new respect for this game. And I'm going to share that with you tonight. But first, I want to talk about AI and how you can either look at it as a gift or you can look at it as a curse. So one of the things I've noticed is like people who have a employee mindset, they're afraid that AI is going to replace them. It's going to take their job away, that it's going to limit their value exponentially in the marketplace for finding employment, which is understandable. But that's something that will only be like a major issue for you if you only have an employee mindset. Like we can always develop a business mindset. So with me being an entrepreneur and a business owner, I found that in that aspect, that AI is like a free personal assistant that knows pretty much everything, is excellent at following directions as long as it's within the framework of what they allow you to do. But as long as you're a great communicator, so that's your skill set as an individual, you have to be able to communicate because it's going to try to figure out what you're saying. And the more accurate you are with your detail of explaining and communicating exactly what you want, AI can either do it or tell you that it can't do it if you communicate it clearly. And we're not living in the times where you had to know how to write code. All you got to know how to do is explain what you want. And if you can do that, AI is a game changer. In my opinion, it didn't actually even the playing field. Everybody has an equal opportunity now because of AI. And the crazy thing that's blowing my mind is that it's free. Like it's free. You can pay for it to get like extra features, but other than that, it's free. They're almost putting it in everything. So for me on my journey on YouTube, I have 3 channels. This one is the channel that I use where I can just lay back. I'm not necessarily freestyling, but I don't have a script. I have an outline. So my prompter is over here and I got my bullet points, my bullet points ready for what I want to discuss. The other good thing is I really don't have to worry about being perfect. I can make a mistake like I just did and not have to worry about, oh my gosh, I got to clip this out and all of that. No, that's part of the reason why it's called Uncut. But I want to share my thoughts and ideas in a way where I can be relaxed. And I don't want the microphone in my face. So I invested in another type of microphone and I'm blown away that it sounds as good as it sounds. I have a Sennheiser. It's one of those shotgun microphones, but I hadn't found a use for it because I got the SM7B sounding amazing. But like just talking off the cuff, I really like using my hands when I talk. So being able to have this shotgun microphone is extremely a blessing for me on this channel. So I want to talk about how AI has been helping me tremendously with getting better on YouTube. So one of the things is if I can think about what I want, I can just go to AI and say, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to put my content on multiple platforms. I want to manage my social media in a simple way. I don't want to have to go to X, then go to Facebook, and then go to Instagram and put the same post up on all of these different platforms. Is it a way for me to do this that's going to be cost effective, preferably free? And of course, AI was like, yeah, because I was able to communicate it effectively. And it told me about a website called Buffer. And then Buffer is free up to a certain amount of social platforms. So I only needed 3. And that's a blessing for me and perfect because that's the free limit. 3 social media platforms. So I got Buffer, and you can program your posts up to 10 scheduled dates, 10 schedule slots ahead per social channel. So I have a total of 30 posts pre-scheduled to release reels on X, Facebook, and Instagram 10 days out, because I'm doing one a day at noon. So I just need to sit down and do it. The other tool that I'm using is VidIQ. So I used to have a program or software I was using that would create my shorts from my long format content. And it was just that. That's all it did. It was a separate program. I think it was called Opus Clips. They started raising their prices, got more expensive. So I was thinking about, not keeping that service or finding ways to get more efficient and reduce costs. And Lord and behold, vidIQ added the clips feature in their platform or software that I'm already paying for. So it takes the clips and makes shorts or reels the same way Opus did. So not only am I able to get the same quality or near the same quality, I'm able to save a huge expense or annual expense that can stay inside the business or be used for another reason that's more effective. So that problem was solved. The next thing I discovered over this time of me working on making improvements was Linktree. Asked AI again, look, I got a whole bunch of social media platforms. I don't want to put all these links up on all of this different stuff. So you go over to X, you got a link in the bio, and then you putting all your different social media platforms on there. Nah, just solve that and keep it simple. Get a Linktree account or something similar where you can put all your social medias or all your socials on this one link. They just go to that link. It's like a landing page, and then it has everything that they could think of or everything you have. Cash App, PayPal, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, a personal website. If it's a link, you can put it in there. I think you can even put links to stuff that you sell, like ebooks or whatever your products are. Even links for Amazon affiliate stuff. Like, it makes it super easy. It's kind of overwhelming for people when they go to your social, whatever it is, YouTube, X, or whatever, and then they want to follow you somewhere else or follow you somewhere else or find out more stuff about you, and you got a bunch of links in that one spot. It's taking up a lot of space. So what I found what works for me is Linktree. So now I can just put the Linktree link on each social media platform and use it as a landing page. So that's another improvement that I made. And then I really had to get serious about consistency. So people know that they need to be consistent, but it's a whole nother ball game when it comes to actually being consistent. So I'm gonna share with you what's been working for me. Every day I've had a reason not to put up a live stream. Every day. And you know what that reason was? My feeling. Just didn't feel like it. I was sick. Somebody had got on my nerves. I had a tough day. It was a blackout. The Wi-Fi was down. Frustrated. Engine light came on in my car. It could have been anything. My stomach hurt. I got a headache. I had a reason not to do it. And what I decided to do for me to be able to be committed to these live streams on my main channel, do it anyway. Embrace it. Accept whatever that reason is that you don't want to do it, and do it anyway. Now I understand what people mean by showing up. You have to show up. And what was blowing my mind about looking back on the progress I've been making recently is that I have something to show for every day I didn't feel like doing it. I was blown away how fast the videos were adding up. I'm like, man, I just did 6 live streams. And I know for a fact I didn't feel like doing it every day. Each one of those 6 times I did not feel like doing it. I promise you I didn't. And I'm finding from my personal experience and the people that I talk to, our biggest obstacle is ourselves. Your biggest problem. I promise you. It's you. Most of the time. And I'm going to get to what I found that was. So with consistency, I'm going to give you an analogy I heard from Ziglar. So Ziglar talks about a water pump, like a water well pump. That water has to be pumped all the way up this well. So you just pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. No water's coming out. It's no flow. You pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, nothing. That consistency of you doing that is getting something done beneath the surface. You can't see it yet. You can't see the water flowing. The water's not coming out yet, but the work is happening underneath the surface. It's just not visible yet. That pressure, that suction is coming. You just got to keep putting in the work, regardless of what you're seeing right now. It's paying off. You just not seeing it yet. But what happens is before we can see it, we stop. And guess what? All that momentum you built up with that water coming up that well, it goes right back down. So now every time you pick back up, it takes more effort to make up for that lost ground that you already had. So the analogy that I use, that I came up with for myself, maybe I heard it from somewhere else, but this is the one that I really resonates with me, even though I remember Ziglar's, is that if I'm trying to chop down a tree and I got my axe and I'm swinging, I need to hit that tree in the same spot repeatedly every day. Woof, woof, woof. I hope I didn't spit on the camera. Woof, every day. Chop, chop. Now, if I take that axe and I don't hit it every day, it's going to take longer. Another thing that's going to cause it to take longer, or the tree might not never come down, is if I'm hitting the tree in a different spot every day. And that's what happens when you have a person that can't make up their mind about what they want to do. I'm checking the time because I wanted to make sure I didn't talk too long, and I already see I'm over 10 minutes. But this is for people that change their mind a lot. So they're consistently active, but it's not really paying off because they're consistent in they going in too many different directions. Consistency only pays off when you move it in one direction. If I'm consistently walking, but I'm taking one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back, one step forward, I'm consistently moving, but I'm not getting nowhere. That's an example of somebody that's changing their mind and constantly in movement, but not actually making progress. So you have to be really intentful. You have to pay attention. You have to be very intentional and pay attention to what type of activity you're engaging in. Is this activity making progress, or is this activity keeping me stuck? I'm chasing my tail, basically. So with this content creation, because I'm going to wrap this up, I didn't even realize I was going to be able to do this video this quick. I found out that YouTube has roughly in 2026, 115 million channels. All right. And a lot of people think that content creation is easy. Like you just gonna get in front of the camera, you gonna have something to say or whatever the case may be, and you gonna blow up overnight. Some people honestly believe this because it's content creators that make it look easy. Okay. But let me give you some more statistics about this. YouTube has 115 channels, and out of that 115 million channels, YouTube has 115 million channels. And out of those channels, only 55% of them release content once a month. So that's a little bit more than half. Only 9% of those 115 million channels have over 1,000 subscribers. Less than 10%. And you want to know something that's even more crazy that I found out? Less than 3% of the 115 million channels that YouTube has are even monetized. Can you believe that? Less than 3% are even bringing in a revenue from monetization on YouTube. So what makes you think, if you know these numbers, that you're just gonna get up, cut on your camera, sit in your car, or whatever crazy thing you think you're just gonna be able to do, and make something that's worth somebody watching it or investing their time and listening to? There's no way you could know those numbers, in my opinion. Post every now and then, consider that to be consistent for, or try to be consistent for 1 week, 1 month, or even 1 year, and think that you're gonna quit your day job. It's not even realistic if you understand the numbers. So those 10 days that I've been putting out those live streams, it was days where it wasn't nobody there but me. And I still had to do that live stream as if I had 100,000 people watching that live stream. Because that's the water underneath the surface. Pumping, pumping, pumping. Regardless of what I'm seeing right now, I know that the work is happening underneath the surface. Keep going. Keep pumping. It's about consistency in the same direction. I didn't change the content. Like, okay, this live stream about the stock market not working. Let's talk about this now. Let's do reaction videos about politics. Let's talk about sports. No. Consistently, stock market, stock market, stock market, Monday through Friday, stock market, stock market, stock market. Same time too. So I'm not hitting a tree in multiple spots. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, stock market. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, stock market. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, stock market. This is the mindset you have to have in order to be consistent and in order to be successful in any area that you choose. All right. So Uncut is about me sharing my ideas and me sharing my story and you seeing me work in real time. Like I want to make sure I say this before I let you guys go. I'm not afraid to give away information. And I'm going to tell you why. It's other people out here who are terrified of giving out information. They're like gatekeepers. When they find something out, they're afraid that if they give that information away, it's going to create competition, and they don't want competition. So when they find something out, they keep it to themselves. This is what I understood and what I understand about information being easily accessible. Information does not give you work ethic. That's what I realized. You can have all the information in the world. If your work ethic sucks and you're not willing to do anything with it, you get nothing. Nothing comes of it. You can know how to do anything in the world. If you don't act on it, you get absolutely nothing. So that's why I feel like AI has evened the playing field, because those people who have the work ethic that didn't have the information, it's over. It's over. And this is why I tell people, and I actually do this too, read autobiographies. The reason why, everybody successful had a problem. They had some type of issue or trauma they dealt with in their life, and they still managed to be successful. One of my favorite examples to use is Helen Keller. Helen Keller lost her sight and her hearing before the age of 3, if I'm not mistaken. But when in her early childhood, she lost her sight and her hearing, she still went on to author books. I think she wrote like 8 books in her lifetime. And you telling me we got all this technology now, you got all your health, and you can't figure out how to do nothing? So here's my thing. You can either make a way or you can make an excuse. And what I found, it's easy to be successful because most people make a way to make excuses. If you can just take excuses out of your vocabulary, out of your thought process, everything will change for you. That's my personal belief. All right, so on my main channel, Original Greatness, we stream Market Recap live Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are building a community over there for people looking to become empowered and take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. We're 3 videos into a series on whole life insurance and what most people don't know. Part 4 and 5 are recorded. I'll be editing those and uploading them this week. I'll have links down in the description for the main channel and content. Take care and God bless.